And today we have another beautiful lesson, lesson 236.
You can just remember the theme now is still salvation. What is salvation? So these lessons are all practicing salvation, learning what it is, learning that's what you want. That's what those lessons do for us.
I rule my mind, which I alone must rule. I rule my mind, which I alone must rule. I have a kingdom I must rule. At times it does not seem I am its king at all. It seems to triumph over me and tell me what to think and what to do and feel. And yet it has been given me to serve whatever purpose I perceive in it. My mind can only serve. Today I give its service to the Holy Spirit to employ as He sees fit. I thus direct my mind, which I alone can rule. And thus I set it free to do the will of God.
Father, my mind is open to your thoughts and closed today to every thought but yours. I rule my mind and offer it to you. Accept my gift, for it is yours to me. My mind is open to your thoughts and closed today to every thought but yours. I rule my mind and offer it to you. Accept my gift, for it is yours to me.
Just stay with these thoughts as we go within.
You are in charge of your mind. You're in charge of who you give its service to, or what, to spirit or to ego, to hope and healing, or to fear. This you decide. You set your mind free to do the will of God, to heal. We practice, I rule my mind, which I alone must rule. Don't give in to attack thoughts, doubt thoughts, suffering thoughts. I see them, I hand them over.
As always, our time together is a time of healing. A time to witness and release anything that no longer serves.
Yeah, this is what we do when we meditate. We are very, very, very conscious of our minds, our thoughts, our feelings. Very conscious. We don't avoid or shy away from anything. This is how we heal, by practicing full allowance, in-depth feeling. Because there has been a lot of denial in the mind. It plays out as tension in the body, usually. The body or in the head, in the mind. We acknowledge this. We feel any tension. We take a moment to notice this. Because freedom is when we release anything that blocks peace of mind. Sometimes it can be hard to detect, and we need to take a moment to detect the blocks. We read in a lesson quite a while ago when we started the second part of the workbook that the need for words is almost over. These lessons are just inroads to an experience. And these sessions are just inroads to an experience. It's an invitation to take this very, very seriously, sincerely. This practice with the Holy Spirit. Words are just symbols that lead in and help us point the way. But it's time to go deeper. We're all prepared to allow the deeper experience of connectedness. When we see and release the blocks, we become very awake, very alert. And we feel free. The mind feels free and open. That's the purpose of these sessions. It's the purpose of living in community. It is the purpose of practicing A Course in Miracles. It's a very big gift to ourselves.
Laurie?
Morning, yeah, I thought I'd go first because I have to leave early.
Yeah, good thought.
Yeah. Yeah, I just want to put my prayer out there. I want, to make how I feel the most important thing. Yeah. Yeah, there was another call with Gareth last night that got quite difficult, and I got angry, and then I got sad, and then it just came to me like I want to just go and be with how I feel right now instead of staying in this conversation. Or and even just the events of yesterday, of everyone coming over to the house, and when you mentioned war stories, telling our war stories, it came to me last night like it's still this trying to prove that I'm worthy of, look what I'm sacrificing, look how difficult it's been for me. I'm trying to prove that I'm worthy of love, God's love. And I want to make that my goal. How do I feel right now? And that's important. I'm important, and that's important. Yeah, and just to say as well before I go, you mentioned about joining in the morning and being prayerful about how the day will unfold. So just my willingness for that as well.
You would like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good, and we can see if someone is available. It may not be every day, but this is also everyday practice with the Holy Spirit every morning to feel into the day. What is the guidance? And then, the practice of listening to how you feel will help you follow the guidance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's such a contrast from today to yesterday. Because I was coming here, I just felt like I was already setting the day up. Yeah, like I knew the drive would be fine. I know going to the post office will be fine. I know it'll all work out today. So that's what I want every day.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, there's a huge need. And this is for everyone. This is not specific for you. There's a huge need for mind training. Huge need for mind training. Mind training is necessary to help our minds. Jesus says somewhere, like, if we don't do the mind training, we're just walking in a loop. We're starting over from square one. He doesn't use these words, he uses other words, but it wouldn't be beneficial for us, to keep starting over. The mind training, the learning to think with God in all situations is a gift to ourselves. The word integrity has come to my mind, to act to be in integrity with our willingness to connect with the Holy Spirit, to forgive, to be mindful in all things. And that is something we practice in communities, mindfulness, showing up in presence, doing everything in presence. If we eat, we prioritize being present, not getting the food in as fast as possible. If we work in the kitchen, we practice being present, connecting with the Holy Spirit, not getting the dishes done as fast as possible. In all things, we practice this connection because we are worthy of it. There is a deep dissatisfaction in the mind with anything but that. Huge dissatisfaction. And we want to be truly satisfied. The only way to be truly satisfied is to forgive all the obstacles, to forgive the world of form. The world of form offers nothing that I want. It's too little. That's why there is a rush sometimes, because the mind is stressed and it doesn't feel satisfied with the small things. But it's only through being really present, really forgiving, that we can be truly happy and not rush to the next thing. It's important. Just as I said, I'm receiving a message saying important. So I just need to check in with the Holy Spirit. What is most important? Is it to take care of this message, which might be, I'm going to go take care of this message and then I will probably come back. Yeah. But yeah, you carry on and there's more.
It's truly one mind. Jenny says important in this text, important. And thank you, Lori.
Yeah, thank you for the prayer, Laurie, and that's the prayer of my heart. However, the but is that just this week, and it's my last week of work, and I feel like I really don't want to be here. I don't want to be listening to TV programs that I watch, with the lady I care for. And it feels like, how can I possibly do the mind training when there's all these, like really loud TV? I mean, not just like normal volume, but really loud because she's deaf. And it's like, it's kind of driving me a bit insane. It's like, I don't want to be here. So I know that I'm in this, really tricky place. And it feels like it's so difficult to hand this over. And I just want to be honest with that. It's like really, really like, I keep getting caught up again and caught up again.
I think Jesus has given you a really great lesson then for today. It's like perfect. I rule my mind, which alone must rule. You alone must rule your state of mind. And when you're feeling, taken over by loud TV, by things that are distracting, this is a great classroom for you to come back within.
Yeah. it does feel like it's virtually impossible. So I want to place that on the altar and find that, find that space inside where it's like all things are possible.
I think to even consider like this situation as a gift to help you see how peace is always possible.
Yeah. Even while watching police interceptors and road rage and the news for about an hour and a half saying the same thing over and over. It's like,
Exactly. At high volume.
really high volume. Oh my God. Oh. At least I'm able to laugh. It's like, okay, there's a start.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah. I think you're going to get those experiences of peace more and more now that you know that's what it's for.
Yeah.
I remember a number of years ago, I had a guidance to go to the movies. I felt called to go to a specific movie. And as I'm watching the movie, I might have been one of the only people in the theater in the afternoon or something, but it was a horribly violent movie about a serial killer. And not the kind of movie I would normally go see. But I was like really wondering, like, why am I here? Why did I feel guided to watch this movie? And it was really to see how it was all coming from me. That obviously it was just images on a screen. I didn't have to be upset no matter how violent they were, no matter how upsetting it was. And even though, yeah, and this I think is kind of a version of what your lesson is here and what all of our lessons are. Whether it's a screen of a TV or a movie theater, or it's the screen of our seeming life. That we're not the victims of what we see, what we hear. I had a huge opening. I had a huge kind of shift in my mind, and I wasn't really affected by the movie after that. Yeah. So the next time you start to feel upset, really bring back the knowing that you're just in a classroom. It's a particular classroom you're in for a period of time. You just know that your deep desire is to learn the lesson as well as you can, as deeply as you can. And then you can start to enjoy the experience, even if it's still crazy TV shows and news segments. I think the movie I watched, it won Academy Awards because it was well acted and well, I started to notice those kinds of things and appreciate parts of the movie, even if the story itself was still kind of awful. So the light starts to shine through no matter what it is. Okay. Any other sharings? Any other thoughts? Bonsoir.
Wow, that's perfect timing. Today's lesson about I rule my mind. This past probably month that I've been back, I've been there's this man I made special. I think I shared with you, Jenny,
Mm-hmm.
and it's been haunting me, especially last week. It's just been, I mean, this thoughts have just been haunting. And last night it came to like I couldn't handle it anymore. I just felt I was feeling I haven't slept, so, but I couldn't sleep. I was up, I was walking up and down. But anyway, and then this morning's lesson came up, and it was like, wow, okay. But yeah, that's what I want to put on the altar. It's just this person I made special, and then now it feels like I've done something I can't be that can't be undone. It feels like I don't know what it is, obsession or something.
Yeah, and sometimes you need to explore something. There are stepping stones here. Yes, you rule your mind, and you may rule your mind by allowing to explore something, You may need to contact this person and just ask, would he be open to have a call, or would he be open to meet up, or, just to see what you're
Yeah.
feeling. Because sometimes, the mind can go into obsession and fantasy, and you may not know. You don't know
But
really. Yes, and so it could be a good thing to make contact or explore his social media profile if he has one. See how you feel, connect with your own feelings, and
see, that's how it started. The obsessional thoughts is I went on social media last probably in 2 nights ago, and just I finally got his profile and been going through it, and just so it's just that's just been making it worse, kind of. But I hear what you say. It's that fantasy and obsession, and also where the ego comes in. It uses this.
Still there? We can't hear you.
Feel like completely. I felt like manic last night because I thought.
Your audio is cutting in and
Actual
out.
thoughts coming in, which that made it even 10 times worse. But anyway,
Well, it can be prompt, you know. You make it into, you conclude that this is the ego and it goes worse and worse. But if someone is in your mind, it's like a prompt. It can be a prompt to connect with them. Because if you start to obsess, it's like you can't get it out of your mind, and it's actually better to connect, see how it feels, you know. Is this person what you thought he is? Is there a purpose for the connection? You know, because of course we need people here in this world, in this awakening. We are called to connect to certain ones because it's part of our healing. So it's not to conclude that, it's just to dismiss it, you know. It's you can't dismiss it until you know that you're guided to dismiss it. So it's okay, you know.
Thank you.
You're a bit harsh on yourself. Yeah.
Just been grinding, and it just, thank you, Jenny. Wow. Just letting it, being open to it's not being bad, or that I'm going mad.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Francois. I'm glad you brought it up.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with sexual thoughts either. Of course, the ego often jumps in there and says, that's bad, that's wrong. But the body is a wholly neutral thing.
Yeah. Those thoughts come and go. Those feelings come and go. They're not to be judged. We have Jonas next.
Good morning.
Good morning.
In the morning meditation, you said something about let go of attack thoughts. And it came to my mind, like, if I could just learn to do that one thing, I would be pretty home free. Yeah. And especially, I think my main attack thought and what preoccupies my mind most during the day is, will I be able to get a good night of sleep tonight? And my biggest fear is that if I don't do it, I feel like I'm hanging on the cross. So yesterday, I do have the fear that if I use my body too much, if I move too much, then I will have too high energy for my body to sleep at night. At the same time, I also tend to enjoy to move my body. And if I feel tired in the morning, sometimes it can be, yesterday I felt, okay, now it's time for a walk. Vanessa wanted to do some canvases, so I walked to Ordre, and there was no ride really. And then I walked back, and I ended up in the end of the day having walked 14 kilometers. And there is just that fear, like, fuck, can I sleep tonight? And sure enough, I wake up 4 in the morning there, and that is the time where I really think about, oh damn, if I could just smoke some marijuana, then I could fall back to sleep. But since I have promised for now to not do that, then I was just lying there, and then at some point, Vanessa, she could feel that I was awake, so she took her hand and she caressed me. And even that is usually not enough. But yesterday, it it helped me, and then I could kind of use my mind to go into gratitude, like, and at the end I fell asleep, and it was like an out of pattern experience for me. That I fell back to sleep there. But yeah, I just want to hand over this fear of sleeping, because it's controlling. Before I do anything, I always think about, will this fuck my sleep up? And it's a fucking don't want to do that.
Yeah, we support you fully in letting go of that worry. That is the attack thought. Will I get enough sleep tonight? That is an attack thought, because it's about the future. And it's a recurring thought to cover up the beautiful awareness of the present moment. You're so worthy. You must be in the present moment, peace of mind. Yeah. So when you have that thought, will this fuck up my sleep? You can say, fuck that thought.
What?
You want to use the word fuck. If you say, will this fuck up my sleep before you're doing something?
Yeah.
You say, fuck that thought.
Yeah.
Fuck that question, you know. And not in a forceful way, I'm gonna just do it. That's still like anger. But say, no, I have permission to be present, and I trust that I get the sleep that I need. I trust, you know, because your life is dedicated to healing. You may not always sleep at night. You may sometimes sleep an hour in the day, 2, 3, you know, it's not about keeping this strict schedule like a worldly person that works a job and has to keep it up. You know, it's not like that. This is awakening. We're looking at everything in the mind. And any time, day or night, you're called to look what's going on in the mind. And that's what the healing is about.
Mm. Yeah, and there is these thoughts like, you know, if it's okay for Solveig if she don't get her sleep because she can still function. But for me, my nervous system is much more sensitive and much more painful. And, you know, there is this belief that I'm a special, very special victim, and that my pain is so much bigger.
Yeah. There are different kinds of magic, not just cannabis. There are teas that are very calming and relaxing. You know, you can explore using chamomile tea or lavender tea, you know, whatever. It's inspiring. And yeah.
And also, I just wanted to share a beautiful thought that I got from a friend here, because I asked him, he said he never had negative thoughts anymore. And then I asked, what about if you don't sleep? And then he said that he spoke to a child that was 5 years old. And that child said to him, well, if you have a thought that you don't want, just think about flowers. And then and he had been using that for 3 years or something. And then, you know, I was walking around thinking about it, and instead of flowers, you know, it's just think about God, for example. So yeah.
That's sweet. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's great. Okay. Love you guys very much. And we're here. If anybody wants a call or anything, we make time for it.
Yeah. Love you all.
See you soon.